Alright, brothers and sisters, everybody thought September is going to be a very bearish month, but guess what? I do believe we're just putting the low here at $107,000 for Bitcoin and Ethereum 4,200, and altcoins did hold strong and now they're going up. Hope you guys did not panic sell, because I believe now this is the low and from here onwards we're going higher. I mean by that, we're gonna have some dips along the way, but I believe we're heading towards the final phase of this cycle where we see new all-time highs everywhere, leading towards the end of the year. So let's get into today's video. As usual, this is not financial advice. This show is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. The show is for entertainment, some education, and hopefully finding God. So the reason I am saying we have a low is, first off, if we go on the weekly here on Bitcoin, we're going to see some magic, which is the bull market support band. We bounced straight up from it, reclaimed the 112 level and 110 and many other levels on the way up. But the most important is we are seeing this weekly candle bounce strongly from the bull market support band, almost claiming the previous one, almost engulfing the previous weekly candle. And that is very important because that's usually how we mark the bottoms. It's either a bit slightly below the bull market support band or right at it. So we've seen it, that especially play out at the beginning of this rally. We had it here, almost close to it. So you see the picture, we've bounced from it. So that gives me a very strong bullish sentiment here. The market is looking much bullish now. Even if we look at the lower time frames, let's say the 4 hour, you can see that what we've been doing recently is these lower highs here with much deeper pullbacks, much deeper drops. But now we have put in a different type of high, so it's almost identical to the previous high. So far it might even take it, but we can see that is a trend shift here. So very important to keep that in mind, and that's why I believe we have put in the low here. And slowly now we're going towards building towards the old season, the one that we're all waiting for basically. So the fear and greed is still at 41, so everybody and their dog believes the bull market is over. Everybody is bearish, everybody's overly bearish, which keeps this market going up for some reason. Now we have to remember that a lot of people have been sidelined to this market for so long, and then I say people, it's mainly whales, mainly people that have been in crypto for a long time. These people, because they got overly bearish since the FTX collapse, since the bear market, since we've seen what happened. Everybody was waiting for a 10k Bitcoin, which never happened. Everybody was waiting for the drop. I will get in, never happened. So there is a large amount of people that is still sidelined, and a lot of people have been bearish throughout this pump here and this uptrend on Bitcoin, which continues to be very strong, and we continue to put these higher highs. So Bitcoin, as long as Bitcoin is strong, Ethereum will be strong, and then altcoins will do their magic. So Ethereum as well, if we look at the monthly, Ethereum on the monthly is looking pretty good as well. So we had put in the low for September as well on Ethereum. You can see we started the monthly with a drop, and now we are green on the monthly here on Ethereum. And if we look at the weekly, which is some work of beauty here, if we look at the weekly here on Ethereum, it just looks like we did another red week. As you can see here, we had a red week, and then we possibly going for higher prices here on Ethereum. And when we say Ethereum could go up, this means altcoins as well, seeing what Bitcoin is doing and seeing what Ethereum is doing. So I do believe most of the altcoins now are closing in onto their bottom, as Bitcoin and Ethereum already bottomed. We're seeing most of them kind of trying to go back, but as again, the altcoin season is not yet here. Now we've seen, when we look at this old season and we see that it's in the middle, which is like somehow we should see altcoins pumping. And the reason this is in the middle is Ethereum. Now Ethereum is pretty strong. We've got few but mostly larger cap altcoins rallying. So if we look at the top gainers this last 24 hours, we have this meme core. For some reason I don't know what that is, but it shows up most often. But we don't have much going on here yet for altcoins. we don't see much pumps going on. So it's mostly, most of them are up 3 to 4%. So we are not yet there. The reason we are in the middle here in the all season is because of Ethereum. We got Breton 8 as well holding the support. We got Dorky with a strong bounce as well. Dorky is a beast. It's a beast of its own. So it's pretty strong usually. When it pumps, it pumps. So overall, altcoins are still on hold. But to me, the most important is looking at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is, as you can see, if it drops, it really ends the party. But if it stays, that's when things are much better. And I do believe we're entering some sort of like Bitcoin Ethereum rally now. And the last pump on Bitcoin pretty much could be the, now we could start it now. So we're putting the low at 107 and we could just start to see Bitcoin doing it, this thing here. So what I'm thinking is, if Bitcoin is doing this, I would say that Ethereum will follow, but follow slowly, but not as strong as Bitcoin. But as soon as Bitcoin here stops, we start to see this go crazy. Ethereum goes crazy. Then other altcoins here like XRP, the top ones, we start to see more life going into them. And then we see the lower caps and crazy altcoins go crazy. So now I do believe we're getting some sort of strength towards Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then altcoins. And that's when we see the real craziness happen in like in 2021, like we've seen those crazy altcoin gains back in the days. I do believe we're still heading towards that, believe it or not, even though fear and greed, people think that's never gonna happen. But I do think now I'm even more bullish on this happening, not financial advice, because we're seeing some massive strength on Bitcoin, to be honest with you. Like everybody thought Bitcoin is going down because of September, first off, and then we have all the people selling. Michael Saylor did not buy enough. We got the ETF selling as well, and we got a whale selling Bitcoin to buy Ethereum. We got so much bad things happen to Bitcoin, and we could not get it below $107,000, and we're seeing it bounce. And it's seen some resistance around 110,000, but it broke out now and it's at 112. So that's strength to me. And from a technical analysis standpoint as well, we're at equal highs now. So we stopped doing this lower high structure and we switched. So this could just start to do this, the opposite of this. And that's all we need. Literally, that's all I need to see. So we're pretty much front running the market now with altcoins, because altcoins haven't started pumping yet. So basically, in my opinion, not financial advice, altcoins are at their buy point now. And while Bitcoin is just starting this, right? So as I said, this next pump on Bitcoin will likely send it to a new all-time high, sending Ethereum to a new all-time high, and things will get much crazier than we've seen previously. Well, some people will ask why the market is as well suddenly pumping. Now we got a lot of data coming in that was very bullish, and just today we had unemployment rate which came in as expected, and as well the non-farm employment change, which dropped drastically. So the expected was 75,000 for this month, but it only came in lower. So it means there are less jobs. The economy is not doing good, which means the rates cuts will happen. And now it's priced in at 99% odds of a rate cut in September, which means the market likely will keep continuing to rally until that date. So it's some sort of buy the rumor, sell the news, where we see the market just continues to pump going into this. It's 99% now. It's very crazy, and that's why the market is also very strong here. And as I explained, also the bearish scenarios did not cause Bitcoin to drop below 107,000. So it's very strong, very powerful here. I don't see this ending anytime soon, and the bull market is intact, which means all season is still coming, believe it or not, right? Because I see a lot of people in the comment section, well, keep hoping, bro, all season will happen. And believe it or not, I've seen this a lot now, so I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore, right? So I remember when Pepe was dropping at $200 million here, my comment section was like, just give up, bro. It's never gonna pump. Nothing will pump. The bull market, which was not, it was still the pre-halving year. So we were not even in the halving year, and people were bearish. So the thing is, most people are very emotional in this market, which is unfortunate, but fortunate for us because we can see it as it is, right? And for the market, I do believe is sometimes it's just hope for the best, right? Usually the market goes up. So no matter what. Now, obviously, we want to look at the charts and see and understand what's going on here and everything like that. But usually the market continues to go higher until the date with destiny comes, which is the top, usually probably this year at the end of the year, and probably we could get a January, February massive crazy alt season. So that's based as well on the Bitcoin dominance, which could take some time as it is dropping now. But usually what we've seen in the previous cycle, we had double alt seasons or double alt season or triple. So each time the Bitcoin dominance crashes within this time frame here, within this range here, we see a massive alt season. So it was first Ethereum killers, then we had this all sort of an gaming, then we had NFTs, then we had meme coins. But each time the market just gets crazier and crazier. So there was a lot of money made back in the days there, and look where we stand today. We're just here. So I do believe that a massive all season is coming, right? That's what I think, and that's what I'm seeing here. But the good news, that's why it's very important to understand here that the bottom is in. So good news is the worst is behind us here. So the worst is behind us, and from here onwards, I do believe personally, in my opinion, not financial advice, that we're starting a new trend now, a new trend going back till the end of the year. We might still get a dip, don't get me wrong, we might still do something like that, and I would be heavily buying this, but overall I do believe the low is in. So which means from here onwards we're getting closer and closer from all season, which is also coming with lower rates and with a much more bullish market, with a stronger Bitcoin, and God knows what's gonna come and cause people to FOMO again into altcoins. But something will happen usually, right? So something comes in that nobody expected and just starts the all season. Anyways, that's about it here. I'm also working on a trading challenge, leverage trading challenge, to go from 5k to 500k every day, but it's gonna come into a packaged one video, probably a series of videos. So don't forget to subscribe as well, and don't forget to leave a like. I hope this was helpful. Hope you enjoyed watching today's video, and I wish you a very good day, and see you on the next one. Cheers.